Hi everyone. Just wanted to show you really quick about the ultrasound. Okay, this is how you turn it on. Back here. You will hear that. This is how the screen usually looks like. That's the company's name. This is a pretty cool unit because you have the ultrasound. You could perform ultrasound or electrical stimulation. But for today's class, we're doing ultrasound. So you have these buttons right here. This is the one you want. Press ultrasound. Okay. You're always going to press edit. Okay. The head of the ultrasound is off. We don't want thermal ultrasound, at least not in my clinic. So that's usually off. If you want to turn it on, you would press there, but I wouldn't recommend it. Frequency, 1 megahertz. So we're going to do ultrasound on the hand for like carpal tunnel. So I'm going to use 3.3 because 3.3 megahertz is superficial versus 1 megahertz is for a deep tissue. This is where a lot of people get this confused. They think 1 is less, but 1 megahertz goes down deeper into the tissue, like for a shoulder or a bigger body part. But for a hand, I use 3.3 megahertz. Duty cycle, I will show you another video of this. This is 100% of the time that the ultrasound is pulsating. You want 50%. Okay, 50% of the time versus 100. 100 you would use again in a bigger body part, but for a hand, we'll do 50. Treatment time for billable, if you're billing the ultrasound, you need at least 8 minutes. So you would use this, go from 7 to 8, and then enter. And then it will show you here. So review, 3.3, superficial, 50% of the time, 8 minutes. And this is the intensity, okay? And there's a knob and you go up and down. You see the number there. For a hands, I like to use 0.8. For a shoulder, 1.0 to 1.2, depending on how muscular it is. So again, going down, 0.8. So I double check again before I start with my client. I use ultrasound gel. Okay. And there you go. My client already has some, but this is how you're gonna do it. This is the ultrasound head. You would know if it's on or off with the green light. You always want to place the ultrasound head on the skin before you start. Okay, the start button is right here. So I will have the ultrasound head on the hand and press start at the same time. 1, 2, 3, start. And then I will move the ultrasound head slowly, not fast. You're gonna see in other clinics, therapists doing this, and that really doesn't help the sound waves really penetrate. So nice and slow. You also don't wanna do like this over here and this over here. You wanna target an area, a small area. So slow, always moving. Let's say somebody calls you, like so-and-so, I need a towel, and you do this, right? Because you're not paying attention, because you're paying attention to your colleague. Now the sound waves is not really like helping, right? So you're just wasting the client's time. So you can either pause it or continue doing it using the whole surface of the sound head to the hand. If you want to pause it because your colleague needs a towel, you will pause it right here. And that's when you know it's off or paused, and the time will also stop for you. So you get the towel for your colleague, you leave your client over there, you want to start again, then you press start on the hand and you continue. Let's say the patient has carpal tunnel surgery and they had a trigger finger release. So people usually do one of these. What I do is that I do 4 minutes here, concentrating on the carpal tunnel, nice and slow. I'm also not leaving it there because that will burn them. So you always want to be moving. Then I will pause it after 4 minutes, right? Pause. And then you could put a little bit more ultrasound gel where the trigger finger release was, of the index. So you're doing 4 minutes and 4 minutes, which that's 8. You press the pause again, and you'll do it slow and gentle wherever they have pain and inflammation. So nice and slow, and you'll do 4 minutes here. And then you're giving your client what they deserve, right? Because they're paying for your services versus doing one of these or one of these or one of these or just leaving it there. It's not good. You always want the ultrasound head to be on the skin at all times. And then let's say your treatment's over, you could either stop it, and that's it.